Welcome to Avant Supermarket Group's Safety Training Program. This program is designed to provide safety information related to your store. This program will cover safe lifting in all areas of the store. Operations at your location may be slightly different. If you have any questions or concerns following this program, consult your direct supervisor or store manager. As you know, lifting-related injuries are among the most frequent and costly occupational injuries in the grocery business. Safe lifting habits, back health, and proper material handling aids should be discussed often and incorporated into new employee orientation. The objective of this program is to identify safe lifting procedures in your workplace. When manual lifting is too risky, mechanical lifting aids are available to help reduce the risk. We will discuss prevention, ergonomics, and back health. All these topics will help you understand the best way to take care of your back. Let's get started. When you first approach any product, you should review what it is you are about to handle. Many of the products are heavy or awkward and may require some assistance from another employee. Check the box for a sticker or label that may identify the weight of the box. If you don't see a label, grab onto the item and assess the weight of the item by moving it back and forth. If you have determined the box is too heavy for you to lift, grab another employee to help you perform a team lift. Adding another person reduces the risk of an injury. The team lift may take some additional time to arrange and complete, however, it could save you a lifetime of pain and injury. The path of travel is just as important as the load you are carrying. Before you begin to carry the load, scan the path you're going to travel. Look for any trip hazards or potential bottlenecks that could cause an issue. Clear the path of carts, trash, and any debris you could trip over. If you're performing a team lift, communicate the path to the other employee. Preparation will pay off. There are many activities associated with lifting that can result in an injury. Here are some of the activities below: bulk item handling, pulling or pushing a palletized load, forceful exertion usually of the hands or arms, awkward postures of the upper body, reaching above the shoulders or behind the neck, repetitive or prolonged physical activity, prolonged standing or reaching across a counter or a pallet. If your job requires you to perform any of these activities, take great care when working. Overexertion during any of these can cause an injury. Let's check your knowledge. Here's a quiz question. Items that are too heavy or awkward should be lifted with the assistance of another employee. A, true, or B, false? The answer is true. Items that are too heavy or awkward should be lifted with the assistance of another employee. This is called a team lift. Keeping your back healthy is important to maintain an active life. Whenever you're working or moving any type of load, twisting or jerking while lifting can damage the small facet joints which guide movements of the back. The discs that separate vertebrae and ligaments that hold it all together are also in danger. Discs are made up of a jelly-like substance. This is surrounded by a strong fibrous ring. When unsafe lifting is repeated, the ring and supported ligaments may tear or rupture. Leaning forward while lifting causes increased stress on the spinal cord. Adding to the stress are factors like the weight of the load, how far from the body you're holding it, and the number of times the lift is repeated. Here are some tips for keeping a healthy back. Change body positions frequently. If you're seated, stand up. If you're standing, walk around. Customize your workstation to fit your body. Move efficiently whenever possible and try to control your stress. Keep active outside of work. If you work in a seated position, get up every hour and move around. When you're sitting, your feet should touch the floor or be supported. Following some of these tips can help you to stay healthy. This process is incorrectly done all of the time. Take time to lift correctly and save yourself some pain. Depending on your physical ability, any load over 25 pounds may require assistance. If you think the load is too heavy or awkward, ask for help. If help is not available, look for a mechanical aid like a cart or a dolly. If you have to handle the load yourself, position your feet shoulder width apart. Place your dominant foot slightly forward. Keep your knees bent and tense your stomach as you begin to lift. Make sure to keep your back straight and your chin up. Keep the load close to your body. Be sure to lift with your legs and not your back. Always step in the direction you intend to travel. Do not sidestep or twist while lifting. Make sure the path is still clear and there's a safe place to set the load down. You may have heard the term ergonomics before. What is it? Well, here's the definition. Ergonomics is the science of fitting the job to the worker in order to reduce injuries. Tasks that require repetitive motions, awkward positions, heavy lifting, or tremendous strain can lead to repetitive strain injuries or cumulative trauma disorders known as CTD. These injuries can affect muscles, tendons, and nerves and usually take a long time to develop. If you have any questions about ergonomics in your workplace, please contact your supervisor. It's time to check your knowledge again. When performing a proper lift, you should A. Keep your back straight and chin up. B. Keep the load close to your body. C. Let your arms and legs do the work, not your back. Or D. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. It is important to keep your back straight and your chin up. Use your legs and arms, not your back. Always step forward in the direction you wish to move the load. Never sidestep or twist. And make sure your path is clear. There are likely several different types of material handling aids in your store. Each of them can be used in different scenarios. Choose the best one for the job. Most stores have a pallet jack. The jack is used to move around palletized loads. Be sure never to ride or give someone a ride on the pallet jack. When you're finished using the jack, place the forks underneath the pallet to prevent a possible trip hazard. Pallet jacks require periodic maintenance to work properly. Keep the wheels clean and free of debris. Be sure to grease the wheels and service the hydraulics as necessary. If there's a problem with your jack, notify your supervisor. The motorized pallet jack is a helpful tool when moving heavy loads. However, while under power, the jack is heavy and can cause serious damage or injury. Do not use the jack unless you have been trained. Before you operate the jack, perform a safety check to ensure the jack is operating properly. The person before you may have not reported any problems. Your store may also have a powered lift. This equipment also requires training prior to use. The lift has similar hazards to the power jack, including becoming unstable when lifted. When you're finished using the jack or the lift, place the forks under a pallet to reduce the risk of a trip and fall hazard. Maintenance of powered pieces of equipment is more detailed than manual pallet jacks. Be sure the maintenance is performed by a certified technician. If there's a problem, notify your supervisor immediately. Carts and dollies are also used in most grocery stores. Your store may have several different types. Be sure you choose the best one for the job you are performing. Determine your needs. Where are you going? How much do you need to move? Inspect your equipment before use. If you discover any damage, remove the equipment from service. When you're finished with your cart, store it out of the way of foot traffic. Here's your last knowledge check. Before operating a power jack or lift, you do not need to be trained or certified. A. True. B. False. The answer is false. All employees should be trained and certified before operating any powered equipment. Thank you for participating in Avant Supermarket Group's Safe Lifting program. For additional safety information, contact our safety department at losscontrol@avantsupermarketgroup.com.